dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Millions of Americans are currently living with Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. And today, hundreds of Southeast Kentuckians gathered in London in hopes of putting an end to the debilitating disease. WYMT's Alyssa Williams was there for the second Southeast Kentucky Walk to End Alzheimer's event to learn more.
A sea of purple moved through the streets of London on Saturday.
There's wonderful people here that are very dedicated to the community and serving the community.
The 2022 Southeast Kentucky Walk to End Alzheimer's event kicked off at the London Laurel Farmers Market, aiming to raise funds for the Alzheimer's Association.
People don't realize what the association does outside of just fundraising. They support a lot of people in the state of Kentucky. Over 600 people have been touched by the association through support programs.
Many of those in attendance are walking in honor of someone they love, like President of St. Joseph London and St. Joseph Berea, John Yanes.
I had an aunt who suffered from Alzheimer's for many years, and that's why I'm here. She eventually passed away, so I'm walking for her today.
For event organizers, the walk is not only an opportunity to raise funds to end Alzheimer's, but it can also connect those impacted by the disease.
When I go into the Chamber of Commerce's in different places, I always ask the question, raise your hand if you yourself or if you know someone who has experienced a loss or someone with Alzheimer's, and the entire room, the hands are up. So there's not a dry person in the room, just because we've all experienced it, and it's a vicious disease, and it's something that we all want to find a cure to.
Aiming to put an end to Alzheimer's, one step at a time. In London, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Today's Walk to End Alzheimer's had 200 registered participants, and event organizers say they've now reached 33,000 of their $40,000 goal. You can visit our website to learn more about how you can help. A Wayne County man is facing several charges, including attempted murder. Police say they've responded to several calls of abuse and domestic violence at home on Kelsey Road in Monticello in the last few days. Deputies say on Tuesday they went to the home twice, and on the second visit, the victim had marks on her body and told police 38-year-old Thurman Barnes had beaten and choked her until she passed out. Thurman had left the home and police were unable to find him, but Thursday he showed up to a court for an unrelated case. Police took him into custody and he was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. The Wolf Creek Dam will be getting a facelift with new spillway gates next year. The dam forms Lake Cumberland, which is a major tourist attraction for the region. Officials say a 2016 report said the gates are subject to overstress due to friction issues, which could cause more issues down the road. The gates and lifting equipment have been in use since the structure was finished in 1952. The project is expected to begin next year. Tomorrow is the beginning of fall forest fire season in Kentucky, and officials are reminding folks of the burn laws going into effect. Starting tomorrow, burning is banned between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and you cannot burn less than 150 feet away from woodlands, dry brush, or dry fields. Pike County Emergency Management Director Nee Jackson also gave some tips on how to prevent forest fires if you do need to burn.
Even though we get rain this weekend, we can still possibly have some forest fire problems that would arise if people were burning and the wind would shift and move fires. It doesn't take very long for the surface to dry out with the excessive winds.
Jackson also suggested keeping the perimeter of your home clear of any leaves, brush, or other debris to provide a defensible area in case of an emergency such as wildfire. October marks the start of several seasons for hunters in Kentucky. Today is the beginning of turkey, crossbow, possum, and raccoon seasons. It also marks the beginning of catch and release trout season for fishers. Wildlife officials are reminding hunters to get their licenses before heading out this fall. You can learn more at fw.ky.gov. Yesterday, 3 hikers got lost in one of the more rugged portions of the Red River Gorge trail system. The group, including a 6-year-old, made a wrong turn and needed to be rescued. In a Facebook post, Wolfe County Search and Rescue said 2 members were able to find the trio using the GPS coordinates on their phones. Rescue team members want to remind hikers to plan ahead, know your route, and to have access to navigational tools. Stick with us. Cameron has a look at your weather right after this break.